Hello there, Pisces. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your July Tarot and Astrology reading for 2020. I'm so sorry that I am late posting these, guys. I usually get them up, right before the beginning of each month. But I'm telling you, we had an extreme emergency here at my house. I wrote about it in my community section. I posted on my YouTube page if you want to read about what went down, but oh my goodness, it was pretty scary and very intense. So I was not able to get online for about a week, so I was definitely delayed. But thankfully things are getting better. They are calming down. And I thank you so much for everybody that has already sent out prayers and well wishes. I really appreciate it. My mom appreciates it. I've read her all your messages, and she's very, very amazed that there's all these folks out here that care about what's going on with her. So thank you guys so much again. Welcome back as always to my new and returning subscribers. And if you're new to the channel, thanks so much for tuning in. It's always wonderful to have you here. If you haven't yet done so, I do invite you, me and Mr. Dragon, to join the Dragon family by hitting that subscribe button, and also give it that dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let me know you enjoy this content. So Pisces, oh my goodness, we are in such a wild time astrologically. We have so much going on. It's pretty amazing. As always, just to keep in mind that these are general readings, especially with the cards. They're not going to resonate with every Pisces out there. Mostly this will correspond with Pisces, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs. All Pisces cross-watchers are welcome to join us as well. If it doesn't resonate with you, just kick it out to another Pisces out there. And if you're interested in a personal reading or any of the card decks that I use, or would like to make a donation to the channel, all of that info is in the description box down below. So like I was saying, Pisces, astrologically, this has been a very intense time. We're coming through quite a number of planetary retrogrades right now. The sun is currently in the sign of Cancer. Mercury is also retrograde in the sign of Cancer. Cancer is a great sign for Pisces because it's a fellow water sign, so that actually activates your energy in a very positive way. It helps build your creativity, helps build your optimism. It's a very strong heart-centered energy, so you might be doing a lot of heart healing or heart chakra work right now. Let's go ahead and get into your cards, because we will be pulling a lot of these. I'm doing a full tarot spread for you today. So I'm going to start with a major arcana card to symbolize your energy, and then we'll go into some oracle and the tarot. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, please be with the Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising sign of Pisces as we do the reading for July 2020. Please protect their energy as well as mine and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you so much. And look at that, Pisces. We come into your own energy. So you're standing very strong in your own energy with the Moon card. This is the Pisces card. So, a lot of the time the Moon does symbolize confusion, potential deception, because things just don't look the same under the light of the Moon as they do in the light of day, right? So that's why it has that association of confusion and illusions and mysterious things. But for me, since this is symbolizing your energy, yeah, Pisces, you may be dealing with some degree of confusion, as we all are with these retrogrades. But I think that for me, I just feel that that's kind of positive. That's like you standing kind of strong in your own energy, maybe feeling a little bit more yourself right now. Neptune, your ruling planet, is in retrograde right now in your sign. So this does bring some review to all Pisceans. That is a long retrograde. It's not going to go back direct until, I believe, in November. I'll get you a date. But that is, that's a long retrograde that starts. So just keep in mind that you are doing that. You are in review. And a lot of the things that you may normally get pulled in by or tricked by are going to be tricking you this time around, because you are seeing more clearly. So let's pull a spirit animal. Let's see what's guiding you right now for this month of July. And since we are a little late getting this reading going, I would say that if you've already felt these energies, then that makes total sense. And if you haven't yet, then they are on the way this month. All right, so work is the key word. The card animal is the beaver. So he is all about building, all about constructing new structures, having a very solid foundation. The interesting thing about the beaver is it's a creature that bridges the gap between water and earth, emotion, and grounded stability and practicality. So Pisces, to me, that's a beautiful energy to have, is it's like you're finding that balance between your emotional life and your practical life. So I really like that for you very, very much. Yeah, 27 is the number on that card, which adds up to a 9. So there's a lot of completion, a lot of, things coming to a close or coming to a finish. And getting closure around some things which you've been really needing for a while. So let's get into your crystal chakra card. Let's see what crystal or gemstone is good to work with. Ooh, wow, and we have the lapis lazuli, problems resolved. Third eye and throat chakra. So Pisces, this is about mental clarity and speaking your truth very strongly. But I love that keyword of the problems being resolved, because that's definitely what I feel is there's some kind of closure, there's some kind of clarity that's coming through, something coming full circle, and the mind getting a lot clearer. Our Mercury retrograde ends on July 12th. So that will be as well, still be going through that sign of Cancer. So as we get closer, to the end of July, moving forward into August, a lot of things do start to gain in clarity very strongly. So let's move Mr. Dragon over here. We're going to get into our tarot. I'm going to be using the Rider-Waite for the main spread and the Modern Witch to clarify today. So Spirit, Angels, Guides, let's see what we have for our Pisces friends out there. Yeah, oh yeah, I see it, Pisces, I know. That's the thing. So right now, yeah, at the center of the spread, we do have that 5 of Cups. And so Pisces, there's been heartbreak, there's been emotional loss, pain, grief, sadness, for sure. There's, those cups that have been spilled. But standing in the back, the 2 of Cups are still standing. So Pisces, don't forget that not all is lost. Let's see what clarifies this, because many times when you come up that 5 of Cups, it's a lot of grief process, working through some kind of emotional disappointment. Right, and this is partly about an emotional offer, Pisces. There's that Knight of Cups coming through. So what I feel for this, it's a really interesting combination. Take it as it resonates. This is general, so not everyone's going to relate to this necessarily, but what I feel very strongly is that you've already had, some kind of big heartbreak, some kind of big loss. There could even be somebody in the past that you feel like you've been wondering if you'd reconcile or not, etc. And then while that's going on and while you're still kind of in this mourning process, it's like another offer comes in, another person who's very interested in you comes in. And in a way, it's like you almost have that pain activated again, because you're like, oh, I don't know if I can let someone in because somebody else is coming in now. What do? I feel that for some of you. It's, woo, yeah, like I can feel that. And in the immediate past, we've had this 5 of Wands. So there was definitely some kind of conflict, some kind of argument, some kind of tension. or difficulty that was coming your way. The person that you're sad about or had been sad about, you know, you might have really had, you really tried to make it work with them, but they were just very argumentative, or they just kept, you know, being difficult and not letting things be peaceful. Wow. Yeah, but you really just, you decided to kind of take your power back here, because check out that Three of Cups. That's your own energy, Pisces. And you just said, you know what? I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of the arguments. I want to have a good time. I want to enjoy my life. I want to hang out with my friends. I want to, you know, do something fun. And so that's really, you know, what you kind of decided to do. It was like, I'm not going to sit here and be miserable. But now what I feel for a lot of you is like, now that you're either, you know, moving on emotionally, or somebody's coming in on the scene that's new, it's like it's almost scratching that wound that you had been working on healing. So going into the immediate future, we have that Page of Swords. This is a youthful energy, Aquarius, Libra, Pisces. To me, this is often that little spy card, you know, they've been watching you online, thinking about you quite a lot, wondering how you're doing. Because it is the page, it can be that youthful energy, could be somebody more immature than you. It's also new thoughts, it's new ways of seeing things, it's new messages coming through as well. There may be more communication starting to come through as the month of July progresses here. Yeah, it's definitely somebody from the past with the Six of Cups. There's a very strong desire coming through from somebody to possibly reconcile with you, because the Six of Cups is about, you know, this is what they're thinking about. They're like, I remember when things were great with my Pisces. I remember when we were having a wonderful time and thinking about the future and planning a home or whatever it is that we were doing. The Six of Cups is also very strongly about, you know, our childhood roots and origins. So you may also be really thinking deeply about that. Wouldn't it be surprising? Because we have all that Cancer energy. Our minds are definitely going backwards in the realm of, you know, our childhood memories, our own nostalgia, our sentimental feelings. So all of that comes up. On the bottom, what you're focused on is the Fool card, Pisces. What you really want is a fresh start. You want new beginnings. You want to take the leap of faith. You want to let go and let the universe take you on a journey. You really do want that. That is something that you would really love, whether it's a brand new start with somebody new, or, you know, starting over fresh with somebody from your past that you both really want a reconciliation. Either way, there's really that feeling of just wanting that newness. Yeah, and stability. It's like you don't just want to jump into nothing here. You want things to be grounded, stable, solid, nice firm earth under your feet, knowing that you got the money in the bank with that Nine of Pentacles. It's like you do want stability. You don't just want any kind of fluffy offer. You do want things to last, and you want to work on them too. On the top, Pisces, crowning the spread, message from Spirit, is that Queen of Swords. So this is why I say, you know, even though you're hurting, even though I think a lot of my Pisces out there are still processing from a heartache, there are new things coming in. And you, because you've been hurt, because you've been through some stuff already, you know, to me, it's like my Pisces isn't feeling like such a squishy little fishy. You're more like a shark right now. The Queen of Swords is definitely the shark. She's like, you mess with me, I will bite you with my sword. And so, you know, that's very much like the message from Spirit is like, Pisces, don't take anybody's BS. Don't put up with anybody's funny business. If they don't come in correctly, they don't get to come in. They don't get to, you know, sit around and mess with your heart again and again. The Queen of Swords does operate from logic, even though she is feminine, even though she does have that soft heart and that feminine intuition. She is coming from a strong logical place of making good decisions for herself. She is crowned by butterflies. So she is about the air element, is about transformations of the mental body. She's changing the way that her mind thinks about things. So you may be changing the way you think about things too going forward, and you don't want to be left out in the cold anymore. Five of Pentacles, no thanks. It's like, you may want to sit out in the cold and be sad and lonely. I don't. Go around the side of the building. The light's on in there. The door's open, guys. So, you know, that's really where you are, because those Five of Pentacles, it's like that's what makes you feel like you're out in the cold. You don't have, you know, what it is that you want. You don't have that warmth, and you're tired of it. You're not going to put up with that feeling of being cut off from source, cut off from the divine, or cut off, you know, from love and happiness and abundance. So let's get some advice here, Pisces. This is a strong read. Okay, so Pisces. Wow, all right. So suggested approach is the Lover's card. So it is definitely time to open your heart to love, even if you're still hurting, even if you're still grieving some things. I believe that love is on the way, or is coming on the way. There are new offers, there are new opportunities, there are new you know, things coming up in your world. So it's like, don't close yourself off to love. And of course, the Lover's card is the Gemini energy. Venus right now, our planet of love relationship, is in the sign of Gemini. So communication is very favored. If you feel that you need to say something, absolutely, it is not a bad idea to do it, especially after July 12th when we get out of our Mercury retrograde. Yeah, and you, some of my Pisces, you guys might be making some decisions between a couple people, and some of you may not really want to deal with that. Look at her, heart's guarded. She got her blindfold on. She's like, I don't really want to deal with this. This is Libra indecision that comes through with this Two of Swords. Some of my Pisces out there might be making decisions between two different lovers, two different job offers, or more than two even. Yeah, but that, yeah, I know, that it can be very frustrating. And a big reason that you've been blocked off from communication and blocked off from making decisions going forward, Pisces, it's just because your heart's been hurt. That's why, you know, that's where this is coming from. So don't beat up on yourself. Take your time, work it out, but you do need to do some work on that heart chakra a little bit, and also on that third eye, right, to clear the mind so that you can make a clear, good choice. So what you need to know, Knight of Pentacles, like I said, you don't have to rush, but you do have to move, even if it's just one step, one day at a time. But the Knight of Pentacles tells me that you are on the right track, because this is the Knight that crosses that finish line, guys. This is the one that makes it all the way, because he is methodical, he's careful, he's practical, he planned ahead, he packed a lunch, right? He makes sure that he's got enough to go the distance. And that's very strongly what you need to know, is that, you know, it's fine if you move slow and steady, you know, but definitely you gotta move a little bit. Yeah. And there's something that you're holding on to in your heart chakra, Pisces. So this is partly why it's been slow going, because it's hard for you to open up to something new right now. A lot of y'all that have been hurt, you might still be, even if you don't want to be, right? You might say, I wish I'd never met them, right? I wish I'd never had to fall in love with someone that was just going to hurt me, because now it's like I'm holding on to that. I'm kind of hoping that we reconcile, but at the same time, I'm kind of realizing that maybe we shouldn't. There is a lot in there. There's a lot in there with that Four of Pentacles, but there's definitely something that either financially or emotionally, there's that holding on, because you're hoping for, you know, a success. You're hoping for things to turn out the best they can. Hopes and fears position is the Wheel of Fortune, which is very interesting to me, Pisces, because it's like the Wheel of Fortune is a very positive card. It moves in a positive direction. It's Jupiter ruled. Could also, this energy could have to deal with Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, or Taurus, because those are the signs that come up with the Wheel of Fortune. Part of you is afraid of moving forward, really. It's like, and I think that it's just because you don't want to get hurt again. That's huge what it is. It's like, I don't want to go through that again. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to get beat up. That's really the fear of expansion. That's where that fear of movement is coming from. Yeah, Queen of Wands, though, is coming up. So it's really time to take back your power with her. She is very strong Leo energy, but also Aries, Sagittarius. She's very fiery. She's got her little black cat because she is magical. She understands the spiritual esoteric world. She's sensual. She's generous. She's warm. And, you know, and very much a sign of leadership. So it's like if you have kind of felt like you haven't been in the lead and you haven't been going forward in the direction of your dreams, Pisces, it's time to start getting back in touch with that. And look at the outcome card, guys, is the Judgment. So, you know, to me, this is the higher vibration of the Death card. This is the resurrection after the death and transition. This is, you know, a Pluto-ruled card, which is the ruling planet for Scorpio. And so it's all about rebirth, new life, you know, the angels calling the spirit up to rise up and live again. So it's just, oh, I mean, you know, to me, there's a lot of potential for reconciliation for some of you, and there's also the potential for, you know, brand new love. So it's like there's all of that. And, you know, for those of you that it's like, I'm not dealing with love, I don't care about that, you know, relationship isn't it. There's a lot of things around career and life path and purpose here, and regaining your purpose, regaining your stability going forward. A lot of good stuff in here, Pisces. You've really overcome some things, and you're still working on them. You're still working on some healing. So just give yourself time. Give yourself some time, because you're coming into some powerful new energies. Yeah, and look at that. To me, it's kind of the rebirth of your own self. Look at that. Queen of Cups crossing that Judgment card. So it's all about, you know, coming back to honoring your own sensitive emotions, your intuitive soul, your creative self-worth, Pisces. Oh my goodness, because you are a magical being, and it's time to value that. So look at this. On the underside of the Rider-Waite, we've got the Moon card again, which came up, you know, the first card, and then underside, ooh, we've got the Emperor. So it's like, yeah, I mean, it's like you have both, that balance of like that soft, psychic, intuitive, magical part of yourself, but then that fiery leadership energy is coming up as well. You know, so it's like finding the balance between those two things, Pisces, is going to bring you so much more joy. It's going to motivate you forward to getting like creative projects started or finished. So yeah, beautiful reading. I really like it overall. This is pretty powerful. Let's get into an affirmation for you for the end of your reading. I'm going to pull from the Witch's Wisdom and the Witch's Kitchen Oracle cards. Since we just had our summer solstice not too long ago, these really kind of tie in nicely to that energy. Like this. All right, so we have the symbol of the staff, which is about stability. This is different than the wand, because there is a wand in this deck as well. The wand is about direction and fire, right? But the staff itself is about stability. It's like taking that nice walking stick, right? When you go on a hike, and it gives you that stability. It gives you that feeling of groundedness. Really, to me, that's a lot about self-worth and intention, and saying, here I am, put my stick in the ground. I'm not gonna budge on what I truly want and what I know I'm worth. That is powerful. I love it. So let's get into the kitchen cards. Let's see what we've got on our herbs, on our magical plants coming through for our Pisces. that card has been coming up for a lot of signs this time around, the hemp card for expansion. This is all about stepping out of your comfort zone, stepping into a new state of awareness. It's very interesting because, you know, hemp is so good for the skin. It's so good for the hair. It's just a great plant to be used. And, but it's all about, you know, stepping into a new way of being, trying something you haven't tried before, expanding your awareness. Then we have the turmeric, which is about diversity. I love it. Diversifying is important, Pisces. So it's like, again, expansion and diversity. If you've been just doing the same old thing again and again and again, and you just keep getting an outcome that you don't like, it's time to change that. The other thing that's interesting about hemp and turmeric is they're both very soothing. Turmeric is very, very nice for healing, inflammation and all that kind of thing. So if you're going through that, you might even want to start taking some turmeric. It's good stuff. I take it every day myself. So, Pisces, this was an incredible reading. I hope you have the rest of your July is awesome, and I will be seeing y'all very soon. Take care.